G'day everybody and welcome to my Aussie Garden Kitchen Edition. Today we're doing chicken and corn soup with a pre-cooked chicken, which is a roast chicken from a supermarket in this case. First of all, I like to throw down a damp tea towel. It just stops the board from moving around, and as you can see the board's nice and firm and safe to use with a knife. First of all, you want to cut the carrots up, and I like to cut them chunky, but you can do them any size you like because they'll cook in the end. You can see there, that's the size that I'm going for today because we like to have a bit of, body to the veggies in our soups. Once you have them all chopped up, just pop them into a container. In my case, I'm just using the lid from the pan, saves me having extra dishes. Chop up your onion, dice it. I use this little contraption here. We get it from Kmart here in Australia, and as you can see, you just pop some roughly chopped up onion in, pull on the string, and it will chop it up very finely and saves you all those tears. Good stuff. Okay, so next, I'm just speeding this up. I'm breaking down the chicken, and I'll break it down into all its main pieces, and I'm only going to use about half the chicken today. We've got some fussy kids who don't like soup, so they'll probably get a chicken leg or a chicken thigh to go with their meal. But when it comes to the soup, I'll be using the breasts and the fillets, as well as meat from the carcass. Don't let it go to waste. Just take it off the carcass and get that stuffing out because you don't need it. And put the carcass aside as we will be using that later. So I've now put the meat aside and it's time to cut up the chicken breasts and the fillets. Pretty simple process. I just go straight down the middle, cut them into chunks, similar sizes to the carrots actually. Now I forgot to do the celery, so here's just a quick video of me doing the celery. Now that I have my preheated pan ready, I'm just putting in some canola oil, and that will get hot pretty quickly as the pan was preheated. In go the onions. That chopping machine really is awesome, guys. If you haven't seen one before, I highly suggest it if you don't like chopping onions. It's pretty much a favourite in the house and everybody uses it. So now I'm getting the onions tossed around into the oil, and the aim here is to get them to go clear and maybe get a little bit of colour but not too much, because any dark colouring can cause bitterness of the flavour in the soup, and I don't want that. Give it a good stir, give it a good mix so it doesn't stick on the bottom. And I'm using a plastic spoon today just so I don't damage the bottom of the pan. In goes the celery, and that will be mixed around and coated with the oil that's in the pan with the onion. Again, just making sure I give the bottom a bit of a scrape and nothing catches. The one good thing about this pan is I rarely have anything catch on it. So in goes the carrots now, and we're just going to pop them in and they'll get a good old stir with the onion and the celery. And again, I'm just trying to get a little bit of the residual oil that's in there onto the carrots, get them cooking along with everything else, and of course scraping the pan the whole time. Okay, so it's now 5 minutes later and everything's had a bit of a good cook in the pot, and it's looking pretty good. It's not stuck to the bottom. You can see the colour's changed, and the onions haven't disappeared, but they have changed colour. They've taken on a bit of the colour from the carrots actually, and that's fine. So in goes the meat. Now when you have a roast chicken, when you have that gelatinous jelly stuff down the bottom, if it's a cold chicken, or juice from a warm chicken, get it all in there. It's all flavour, guys. So you can see me scraping it off the plastic there. I want all the flavour that I can get. And then I'm just going to give that a stir and mix the chicken in with the carrots, onion and celery. And as always, making sure I don't have anything stuck on the bottom, because I want nothing to burn and I do not want that bitterness in my soup. The only seasoning I use is pepper. This is ground black pepper. I don't add salt because I'm going to add a chicken stock powder later, and the salt from that as well as the chicken itself is more than enough for this recipe. So I'm just giving this a stir, getting that pepper mixed in with everything, getting it all moved around the pan. Now I'm only putting a little bit of water at first because the idea of this is to scrape up the flavour off the bottom of the pan and anything that is starting to catch is flavour, so I'm just getting it diluted into that water. And then once that's pretty well mixed in and I'm happy that nothing's stuck on the bottom of the pan, I'll be throwing the rest of the water in. Well, I'll be pouring it in, not throwing it. And there you go, I've poured the water and I haven't thrown it. Well done me. So give that a bit of a stir. I really like the colour at this stage. I like the orange and the greens and the white. It's pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. And now comes the chicken stock powder. This is 1.5 tablespoons. Now, I never measure stuff. I cook by eye. But for the purpose of getting this recipe right, I've measured everything just to make sure. And I should point out that this is a low salt chicken stock, or chicken powder. I'm now giving this a bit of a stir, just to mix that chicken stock powder into the liquid. I've still got the flame set to high. At no point so far have I turned down the flame. It's now time to add the creamed corn. I've got 3 tins of the creamed corn here, and I'm just going to tap them on the sides of the pot and get them all into the mix, like so. Lucky last. And we give that a good stir, blending it into the mix and mixing it well. At this point, it really starts to get that chicken and corn smell. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. In goes the remaining water. Now, I will have the recipe listed for you later in the video, so keep an eye out for that. So here I'm just blending in the water, and I'm about to pop in the chicken carcass. Before I throw it out, I might as well pop it in and try and draw a bit more flavour out of it. So as you'll see here, I just push it into the liquid. Simple as that. Pop on the lid and let that boil for about a good 5 minutes or so. And 5 minutes later, it's time to take off the lid and check it. Using my trusty knife there as the handle's broken. And I have to point out that when I did this, the smell was fantastic. It was just a massive hit of gorgeous chicken and corn. It was awesome. So I've just given that another 5 minutes of simmering. I actually did put the lid on again. So we'll take the lid off again now, using my fabulous knife skills to get the lid off. There we go. Once again, giving it a stir and checking to see if it's caught, and it hasn't. Need a flavour test at this point. I'm pretty confident that it's going to taste fine, and it will. So I'll just give this a bit of a nudge to get that carcass to the top there. And good old pair of tongs to take that carcass out and put it on a plate to the side. And that's pretty much done now. The meat's been picked off it. The flavour has been drawn out of it into the liquid, and it's done its job. Just having a little check here to see if there's any loose bones, but I'm pretty confident it's fine because the carcass is all in one piece. And that is pretty much the soup done. Now that's not the end of the video. The next thing I'm going to do is I will give it a taste test and show you what it looks like. And then there's another thing that I want to show you before the end of the video, so stick around for that. Plus I've also got to give you the ingredients list. I really couldn't wait for this part. I was just so hyped up for chicken and corn soup, and oh man, when I was making it, the smell in the kitchen was driving me nuts. So you can see there that the carrot and the celery and the chicken are all a decent size. You can really get a bite onto them. That's the way I personally like it, but you can chop it smaller and it will survive. It's not going to break down too much. There you go, double thumbs up. Now there's just one more thing that I have to do. Crusty bread. Not just crusty bread, this is crusty jalapeno bread. Now, I have to get this from the supermarket. I like this particular one that they make. So, I'm just going to get a bit of butter on there because butter just makes everything taste better. And I'm seconds away from pure bliss, guys. Watch this soak into the bread. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. And here we go. I can actually remember this part. This was, oh man, this was so good. I was very happy. Big thumbs up. Well, there you go, guys. Now, I'll just give you a look at the ingredients. And here you go. So, I just want to thank you for watching my video today. I really do appreciate it. Please consider subscribing, liking, and ticking that bell. And I will see you next time. Thank you.